Guide, what if that big asteroid never hit the Earth all those millions of years ago? Like, what would happen if the dinosaurs didn't go extinct?
That's a fascinating what if, isn't it? Let's imagine it step by step. About 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid, think of it as a giant space rock bigger than a mountain, crashed into what's now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. It was like a cosmic explosion, kicking up so much dust and fire that it blocked the sun for years. That led to the extinction of the dinosaurs and about 75% of all species on Earth. Plants died off, animals starved, and the world changed forever. But if that asteroid missed us entirely, no crash, no global winter. The dinosaurs would have kept on living and thriving, just like they had for over 150 million years before that.
Whoa! 75% of everything gone? That sounds huge! So, without the asteroid, the big ones like T-Rex would still be stomping around?
Not necessarily stomping in the exact same way, but yes, many would survive. See, dinosaurs weren't all doomed even before the asteroid. Some people think they were already struggling because of volcanoes erupting in places like India, spewing ash and changing the climate. But evidence shows the asteroid was the knockout punch. Without it, those volcanic hiccups might have been just bumps in the road. The dinosaurs, those non-avian ones, meaning the ones that aren't birds today, would have adapted and kept evolving alongside other creatures. Imagine the Earth staying a wilder place, with herds of plant eaters roaming vast plains and predators hunting in the shadows.
But weren't the dinosaurs kind of dying out on their own? Like, I read somewhere that there weren't as many of them left by the end.
That's a common mix-up, and it's good you're questioning it. Actually, the fossil record tells a different story. Right up until that asteroid hit, dinosaurs were doing just fine. There were still plenty of species, from tiny ones the size of chickens to giants like Argentinosaurus that weighed as much as 10 elephants. The idea they were fading comes from incomplete fossils, or focusing only on the biggest stars like T-Rex. But smaller dinosaurs were everywhere, filling forests, rivers, and skies. Without the impact, ecosystems wouldn't collapse. The air might have stayed warmer, seas fuller, and land bursting with life. No mass die-off means the survivors, those tough, adaptable dinos, carry on.
Okay, so they survived the no-asteroid world. What about all the other animals? Would mammals like us even show up?
Great point. Humans are mammals, after all. In our real history, after the dinosaurs vanished, small, furry mammals had room to grow and diversify. Without that empty space, evolution takes a different path. Mammals might stay small, scampering in the underbrush, while dinosaurs rule the roost. But life finds a way. Some mammals could still evolve into bigger forms, maybe even early humans. But we'd share the planet differently. Picture forests where feathered raptors glide between trees that tower even higher. Or coastal areas with marine reptiles like mosasaurs still swimming the oceans. The sky? Pterosaurs might evolve into something like supersized birds, soaring over continents unchanged by human hands.
That makes me think of movies where dinosaurs chase cars. But if no asteroid, would the world look totally different now?
Exactly. The landscape itself would shift over time. Without that extinction event, continents drift as they always do. But with dinosaurs influencing everything, rivers might carve deeper paths from massive herds trampling the earth. Mountains erode under the feet of climbing herbivores. And the atmosphere? It could hold more oxygen in spots, letting some creatures grow even larger. Fossils from before the impact show diverse worlds, lush ferns in what's now Montana, steamy swamps in Egypt. Skip the asteroid, and those environments persist and change gradually. No sudden reset, just steady survival. It's like if a big storm never hit your neighborhood. The houses stand, but over years, people add rooms. Gardens grow wilder.
I get it now. The asteroid was the big changer. So dinosaurs keep going, evolving, bit by bit. But if they lived on like that, would they end up looking different from the ones in books?
You're picking up on something key here. Survival doesn't mean frozen in time. It means change.
Yeah, change. Like how animals today aren't the same as they were way back. So what kinds of changes might those dinosaurs go through over all those millions of years?
Precisely. Evolution is like a slow river carving a canyon. It shapes things gradually based on what's needed to survive. If the asteroid never hit, dinosaurs would keep adapting to shifting climates, new predators, or scarcer food, just as they did for 165 million years before. Some might stick close to their old forms, but others, they'd branch out wildly. Take the theropods, the meat-eaters like T-Rex. Over eons, with forests thickening and ice ages coming and going, some could evolve feathers for better insulation or gliding, turning into agile hunters that dart through treetops instead of bulldozing everything.
Feathers? Like birds? I thought dinosaurs were all scaly and tough.
Many were scaly, but we know from fossils that feathers were already popping up in some, like Velociraptor, for warmth or display. Without extinction, those traits could spread. Imagine a lineage of small theropods shrinking down over time, maybe to the size of dogs or even cats, to sneak through dense undergrowth where big bodies won't fit. They'd develop sharper senses, like enhanced night vision for ambushing prey in the dark, or pack hunting strategies that make them smarter cooperators. It's not staying huge and scary. Evolution favors what's efficient. Remember how wolves evolved from bigger, ancient dogs? Dinosaurs could do something similar, slimming down to thrive in a crowded world.
Okay, so not all giants forever. What about the plant eaters, like the long-necked ones? Would they just keep getting bigger?
Good question. Size isn't always the goal. Sauropods like Brachiosaurus were already massive, reaching heights of a 4-story building. But as continents split and environments changed, some might evolve to be more nimble. Picture herds migrating across cooling plains. The ones that survive harsh winters could develop thicker hides or migratory instincts, like modern elephants. Others, in tropical islands forming from volcanic activity, might shrink to fit limited spaces. Evolution on islands often makes animals smaller, like how dwarf elephants once lived in places like Crete. New traits emerge too, maybe armored plates that grow colorful for mating displays, or trunks like noses to reach high leaves without stretching necks so far. Over 66 million years, that's plenty of time for variety. Some sauropods browsing peacefully in megaforests, others adapted to burrow during dry spells.
Burrowing dinosaurs? That sounds weird, but kinda cool. And the flying ones, like pterosaurs, they're not dinosaurs, right? But would they change too?
Pterosaurs were close cousins, flying reptiles alongside true dinosaurs, and yes, they'd evolve in this scenario. True flying dinosaurs? Well, birds are avian dinosaurs that survived, but non-avian ones might give rise to new aerial wonders. Some small feathered dromaeosaurs, think smarter bird-like raptors, could take to the skies more fully, evolving wingspans for soaring over vast oceans that weren't crossed by land bridges yet. Imagine creatures with lightweight bones, like today's albatrosses, but with dinosaur flair. Hooked beaks for snatching fish, or iridescent feathers that shimmer in the sun. In a world without the asteroid's chill, warmer skies might allow bigger flyers, patrolling coasts where marine reptiles like plesiosaurs evolve longer necks for deeper dives. It's all connected. Land dinos influencing sea life indirectly by not leaving niches empty.
So everything gets more mixed up? Like forests full of mini dinosaurs and sky patrols. But wouldn't the big scary ones still dominate and stop the others from changing?
That's a fair worry. People often picture dinosaurs as unchanging monsters, but nature doesn't work that way. Big predators like T-Rex might persist in open grasslands, evolving stronger jaws or social behaviors to hunt in groups. But they'd face competition from their own evolving kin. Smaller, quicker dinosaurs could outmaneuver them, hiding in evolving ecosystems where trees grow taller and denser, like the redwoods of California, but worldwide. Fossils hint at this diversity already. Before the end, there were over 1,000 dinosaur species. Skip the wipeout, and that explodes. Some carnivores turn omnivorous, scavenging to avoid fights, developing tools-like claws for digging roots. It's like how lions and hyenas share African savannas today. Balance emerges. No eternal scariness. Just a web of adaptations making the planet a tapestry of dino forms, from tiny forest dwellers to sky-dancing gliders.
I see. Evolution makes them fit wherever they are, not just stay the same old giants. Like how sharks have been around forever but look different now in some ways.
Spot on with the sharks. They've refined themselves over 400 million years. Dinosaurs would do the same, emerging with traits we can barely imagine. Maybe bioluminescent scales for deep forest signaling, or herds that communicate with low rumbles traveling miles. The world becomes a living lab of innovation, skies busier, lands greener. But here's a thought to chew on. With all these evolved dinosaurs filling every corner, how would early humans even fit into such a bustling scene without constant danger?
Yeah, that does sound tricky. Like, could we really share the space without them seeing us as lunch?
Oh, that's the heart of the adventure. Could we share the space? Let's think it through. In this no-asteroid world, humans wouldn't pop up out of nowhere. Our ancestors would evolve slowly from those small mammals, maybe starting as clever tree dwellers or burrowers avoiding the big dinos. Early on, it might feel risky, with packs of mid-sized carnivores like evolved allosaurs prowling the edges of forests. But humans are adaptable wizards. We'd learn fast, just like we did with lions or bears in real history.
So, not just running and hiding? We'd fight back or something?
Exactly, but smart fighting, not reckless charges. Picture our early forebears, maybe 2 million years ago, in a landscape dotted with dinosaur herds. We'd start by hunting the small ones, those cat-sized theropods we talked about evolving feathers and speed. Using sharpened stones or wooden spears, like how ancient people took down mammoths, we'd target the weak or young. Over time, knowledge spreads. Which dinos are nocturnal? Which avoid fire? Communities form in caves or cliffside villages, high up, where ground shakers like sauropods can't reach. It's like living near elephants in Africa today. Respect the giants, but don't let them rule your every move.
Caves sound safe, but what if a big one finds the village? Like a T-Rex descendant crashing the party?
A fair fear. And yeah, that objection makes sense. Giant dinos eating everyone seems inevitable. But evolution on both sides helps. Those massive predators might stick to open plains for easy hunting, evolving less interest in climbing or dense woods where humans thrive. We'd build barriers too, thorny fences woven from evolving vines, or pit traps lined with stakes, inspired by how some tribes today deter rhinos. Fire becomes our best buddy. Campfires ward off curious sniffers, and smoke signals warn neighbors of roaming threats. Fossils and anthropology show early humans were innovators. Here, we'd domesticate the gentle giants first. Imagine taming small herbivores, like pig-sized ornithopods, for milk or eggs, much like we did with goats. They become alarms, braying at danger, and we breed them for docility.
Taming dinosaurs? That'd be awesome, but risky. Like, how do you even start without getting chomped?
Step by tiny step, with patience and observation. Start with orphaned babies found after a storm or predator attack. Feed them scraps. Let them imprint on you, like how wolves became dogs. Over generations, select the calmest ones for breeding. Herbivores, like evolved Triceratops kin with their frilly heads, could be herded like cattle, providing hides for tents or horns for tools. We'd coexist like with large animals today. In India, people share space with tigers by avoiding their paths and using noisemakers. Here, we'd map dino territories, maybe even trade scents or sounds to keep peace. Cities? Early ones rise on islands or highlands, where flying dinos soar overhead but can't land easily. No constant lunch menu for us. We become part of the balance, predators ourselves to the small fry.
I guess we're pretty tough survivors. But wouldn't all that hunting and building change how we see them? Like, from monsters to neighbors?
Spot on. That shift happens naturally. Stories around the fire would turn fierce raptors into clever foes to outsmart, not mindless beasts. Art on cave walls shows hunts turning into celebrations, with dances mimicking dino movements for luck. Domestication spreads. Imagine plowing fields with shoulder-high ankylosaurs, their club tails swinging weeds away harmlessly. We'd learn their languages too. Grunts for warning, tail flicks for play, building trust. Conflicts arise, sure, like crop raids by sneaky omnivores, but we'd solve them with fences or even alliances, luring threats away with bait. It's like horses in medieval times. Once wild and dangerous, they pulled plows and carried knights. Humans and dinos? We'd weave into each other's lives, adapting tools for their scales or claws. The world gets safer as we grow bolder, turning potential disaster into daily rhythm.
Okay, that doesn't sound so impossible. We hunt small ones, build smart, tame the nice ones, like living with big wild animals but on a dino scale. Makes me wonder, though, if we're sharing like that, how would our everyday stuff actually play out?
You've got the adaptation down. It's all about clever coexistence. And yeah, that leads us right into picturing the details of life side by side.
Yeah, picturing the details. That's what I want to hear. Like, would we have dinosaur buses or something in our towns?
Dinosaur buses? I love where your imagination's going. It's not far off. Fast forward to today. In this world, cities buzz with life, but tailored around our dino neighbors. Think towering skyscrapers with reinforced bases to handle the occasional wandering sauropod herd passing through migration routes. No chaos, though. We'd have dino highways, wide fenced paths winding outside urban zones, lit by solar lamps to guide nocturnal types safely away from traffic. Transport? Absolutely. Domesticated herbivores pull carts or even modernized wagons. Imagine a team of sturdy ox-like hadrosaurs. Those duck-billed ones evolved with fluffy crests for better cooling, hauling goods through markets. They're strong but gentle, bred over millennia for pulling without tiring, like horses but with built-in honks to warn drivers.
Hadrosaurs as trucks? Cool. But aren't cities too squished for big dinos? Wouldn't they knock over buildings or scare everyone?
That's the big objection. Sounds way too dangerous, right? Like Jurassic Park gone wrong in every neighborhood. But humans are pros at engineering around wildlife. Cities would sprawl smarter. Elevated walkways for us, ground levels for smaller dinos, and zones for the giants on the outskirts. Take New York, or whatever it's called here, with bridges over dino paths, so a curious brachiosaur kin can munch treetops below without bumping a taxi. Safety nets? Alarms that play low-frequency rumbles to steer herds away, or drone spotters circling like hawks. We've tamed worse impulses. Remember how we coexist with elephants in Asia, using electric fences that buzz without harm? Here, it's scaled up. Parks double as buffers, with moats or sonic barriers keeping predators at bay. No eating sprees. Laws protect sentient saurians, as they'd call them, with vets specializing in scale grafts or beak trims.
Sentient? You mean some dinos get smart like us? And what about pets? Could I have a little raptor buddy?
Smarter than you might think. Evolution plus human influence. Some theropod lines, those clever hunters, could develop problem-solving brains rivaling dolphins thanks to eons of adapting to our tricks. As for pets, oh yes, small breeds are everywhere, safer and cuddlier than wild ones. Picture a feathered compy, evolved from tiny Coelurosaurs, about the size of a terrier. Quick, loyal, with a playful chirp and feathers that fluff up when happy. They'd fetch sticks or guard doors, trained like dogs but with a knack for climbing shelves. In homes, families keep them in aviaries or leashed runs, feeding them kibble mixed with insects. Objection squashed. They're not dangerous. Selective breeding makes them as tame as goldfish, with apps tracking their moods via tiny collars. Farms integrate bigger ones too. Triceratops descendants plowing soil with horn-guided harnesses, their three-horned heads nodding contentedly as they turn earth. Way more eco-friendly than tractors belching smoke.
Farms with horn plows? That's gotta save gas. But themed parks, would there be places just for hanging out with dinos? Like a zoo, but interactive?
Spot on. Parks would be the highlight, blending fun with education. Imagine dino domains, massive reserves where you ride saddle-backed ornithomimids, those speedy ostrich-like runners, for tours through restored wilds. No cages. Ethical enclosures let herbivores roam free range, with observation towers for watching pterosaur descendants glide at sunset, their wings spanning like kites. Kids your age volunteer, learning to groom or feed, fostering that neighbor vibe we built early on. Cities weave them in daily. Schools with dino mascots, a class pet ankylosaur waddling the halls, its armored back perfect for impromptu drum sessions. Even entertainment. Movies star trained actors, like a charismatic allosaur doing tricks on late-night shows. Danger? Minimal, thanks to vaccines against dino ailments and protocols for handling the rare grumpy one, much like wrangling a stubborn mule.
All that sounds normal, in a wild way. Like we'd complain about dino traffic jams instead of cars. No more fearing them as monsters.
Exactly. Life's richer, more connected to nature's pulse. Grocery runs might include fresh dino eggs from ethical farms, or parks where you picnic under watchful Parasaurolophus herds, their crests tooting like flutes in the breeze. We've turned potential peril into partnership, evolving together into a world where giants graze beside playgrounds and tiny flyers perch on shoulders. It's a testament to adaptation, ours and theirs, making every day an adventure without the terror.
Wow, I can totally see it now. Dinosaurs as part of everything. From pets to park buddies, and us handling it all smartly. Makes the real world feel a bit quiet without them. Thanks for imagining this with me. It's way better than just extinct stories.